everybody. Hello. Um, how is everyone doing? So please, when you come on in, let me know where you're from. Um, let's see. Is there any way to record these live sessions? Well, these live sessions are recorded, um, and the streams are immediately available on YouTube. Hey Mario, how's it going? Molly, sure. I can definitely be your private mentor. Um, go to this link, scroll down to the bottom, and I do private lessons, so definitely go there and check me out. Let's see. Doctor's orders is from Arkansas. Okay. E Scales, 1911 from Mississippi. Judy Brown from Charlotte. Hey, Judy. Mike A from Oakland. How you doing, Mike? Hey, Enrico. How's it going? Let's see. David Tulis from South America. Wow, we have someone from Japan. Mario's from Tennessee. Okay. Michael Jordan from Baltimore. Molly, just scroll back up. I put it up there like about 8 comments above where you just typed. Ricardo from Laurel, Maryland. Daryl Braden from California. Kelvin from Augusta. Ben from New Jersey. Hello, come on in. Hello, Siobhan from Toomsboro, Georgia. I'm not sure where that is. Where is Toomsboro? Oliver from China. Wow. What time is it in China right now? All right, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's see, Eric McGrew from Fort Worth, Texas. Hello, 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 everybody. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Sam. Hey, Sam. Oh, so Toomsboro's near Macon. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Oh, so it's morning over there. Okay, cool. Alright, can everyone hear my audio well? I'm getting some weird artifacts in my audio right now. Can everyone hear it well? I'm getting some weird artifacts. It just started. Fred from Ghana. Wow, welcome. Alright, so can everyone hear me clearly? Or is there some like static? I got you, Siobhan. Alright, Siobhan. Sounds fun. Let me just, I'm getting some weird, let me just do something really quickly. Hopefully this doesn't. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Alright. Is it still good? Alright, I just changed the setting or reset it, so let me know if it still sounds good. And there's a slight lag, so when you're typing, I'm not sure. Hey, JJ. All right. Cool deal. All right. Well, welcome. All right. Saviola Savior from Nigeria. Wow. Thank you all for showing up today. I am extremely excited about the lesson today. This is our second um, uh, official live stream. And so today we're talking about hymn reharmonizations. And this is part of our One Thing series, trying to grab one thing, one idea, one concept, and apply it to our playing. And so we're giving out a lot of one things, but the goal is for you to grab one thing from this series, or from each lesson, um, and take that and apply to your playing. Okay, we're just do a quick tech check, some housekeeping stuff really quickly, and then we're going to dive right into the lesson. All right, so first thing, everyone can hear me well. So listen, people have been asking me for about 2 years now, to to provide some way that they could give, and I've just always told people to just go and buy one of our products, um, buy some of our sheet music or MIDI files. But I've constantly gotten the request like, "Oh, is there a way to we want to just give and just kind of bless you or do something for you?" And I've kind of shied away from that. Didn't really ever want to do that. But I said, okay. I told somebody that I would do it, so I'm going to keep my word. And so it's available two ways, just really quickly. If you look, so I just put up a graphic, and sorry you can't hear me, but if you look in the chat, you'll see like a little dollar sign. That's called a super chat, and so you can give there, $1, $2, or $1 million if you like. I don't know. And anything's appreciated. But I know some of you have been asked me for that, and I want to make that available to you. Um, for some, I also put in the description box a link to where you can PayPal me if you want to just donate something. But enough of that. If you do, thank you so much. If not, it's okay. That's quite all right. Okay, so last bit of housekeeping. We want to um, continue to push this channel. So definitely, if you all could like and thumbs up. I generally don't ever really ask that, but if you all could do that like and thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. That would definitely help us out and help us grow this channel because I want to continue doing this weekly live stream with really in-depth lessons for you all. Okay. All right, last thing. Many of you know we have our online school, The Bridge. Well, and we're offering 5 classes. And so I'm going to put a link in the description box, in the chat box, excuse me. And here's a link to all the courses we're offering this semester. Actually, the courses start next week. So definitely check it out. And if you're interested, sign up, and where you can get teaching like this weekly. But even more depth, because we're able to take our time and really go through it over 12 weeks. Okay. Well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. Okay, let's see. I'll answer a few questions real quickly. Molly says, I'm trying to sign up, but there's no place to do that. So Molly, what you want to do is go to that courses page, and then click on I have 5 courses there. So what you want to do is click on one of those courses, and on the course page, you will see a button that says Enroll, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check that really quickly, and let's see. Chord School, I just go to a course. Yeah, and you'll see a button that says Enroll Now. So go to the link I gave you, click on one of the courses that you like, and then go to Enroll Now. And that will do it. All right. Algie, you're a beast on Keith Chord. I really like the way. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get started. So, a few months ago, I put out uh, um, a video of me playing behind a singer of mine, a singer who's a friend of mine. Her name is Kelsey Broughton. She's a phenomenal singer, singing the song "I Need Thee." And I asked, I had a little card there asking if you wanted me to do an in-depth teaching, a 2 to 3 hour teaching on that. And I had a great response on it. So that's what this video is. We're going to do some really in-depth teaching. There are so many topics that we're going to cover today that I'm not sure we'll be able to get through it all today. Hopefully we will. So I'm gonna try to speed through and get through everything to give you as much things that you can take from this video, from this live stream. So let me just remind you what the video was that I played on, and here it is.
I need the I need thee every hour, Lord. I need thee. Oh, bless me now, oh my Savior, Lord, I've come to thee. Me now, oh my Savior, Lord.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what you heard and kind of let's go through it in depth. All right. So let's go back to the beginning and look at just the first part, the first line. I need thee, oh, I need thee. Let's go back and look at that again. Just the first part.
I need thee, I need thee.
Okay. All right. So let's look at that. So the first thing I started off with, so she says, I need, and I went, all right. So what is that? Well, um, so that's simply just a 2-5-1, and I'm pedaling it over the 5. So there's two ways to think of this. You can think of this as 2-5, or you can think of it as like a sus chord. So C sharp 13 sus. That's resolved. C sharp 13 flat 9 sharp 11. Or you can think of it as 2-5 all over this pedal, this D flat or C sharp pedal. Now most songs have this kind of a 2-5 or 5-1 idea. It's an amazing cadence that helps us get into a song. So, all right, and then we have, all right. Now let me just go back. Are you all familiar with this song? I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior, I come to thee. All right, forgive my singing. I'm not the greatest singer. But that's the song in a nutshell. So really simple. I need thee, oh, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now. All right, so now we're going to show you how to really um, mess with that. So again, I started with this 2-5. Um, now we're in the key of G flat or F sharp. So our 2, and I'm going to speak inharmonically correct. Well, let's see. We're in the key of G flat. I'll speak properly. So we're in the key of G flat. So we have our 2 is A flat minor, and our 5 is D flat. Right, regular old D flat 7. But I've added some alterations. So, right now we know on dominant chords there are certain notes you can alter. So I've altered the 9, right, and the 11th here, and I've added the 13. And then we go to 1. Now we know in G flat the 1 is just regular old, or just. But this is where I started to have some fun. So right off the bat, we started having some real fun. So I went to this G flat 7 with the 13. Now why would I go here? So, and let me just finish it out. I went to this chord, and then, okay, so let's go back. So I started here and then went, all right, so why did I do that? So let's explain this. Let me go to the whiteboard. Writing tablet. Okay. So originally our song is starts on G flat. I need the O, B. I need the D flat. And actually, I am going to be speaking inharmonically correct. So this actually should be C flat. So G flat, A flat, B flat. Should be C flat, then D flat. But I'm going to put B. So so please know I'm speaking inharmonically correct. So all right. So I started off instead of playing just a regular G flat major, I played a G flat 7. Now, we know that a G flat 7 chord will propel us to B. So what I'm thinking is, excuse me, I want to play something to propel me to B. So I start off right off the bat with this. Right off the bat, I start off with instead of a major, I start off with the dominant 7th there, right off the bat. And then I play this. This is where it gets interesting. So I need. Now, what in the world is this chord? This is an interesting chord. And you might be tempted to say chord. This chord is some type of E diminished kind of thing. You might be tempted to say that chord. This is an E diminished something, but it's not. It's just rootless. It's just a rootless F7 chord, F sharp 7. So what I've done is I just took this regular F sharp 7 that I started with, and I added some more tension. So I added the flat 9 and the sharp 11. So instead I went from here to here. So we go from F sharp 7, add 13. And I don't think I'm playing a 5. Nope, I'm not playing a 5. To F sharp 13 with the flat 9 and sharp 11. So what that does by adding that extra tension, that helps propel me into B. So I have a G flat 7, so it's kind of tense, but then I add extra tension. I add more tension here. And this propels me, oh, sorry. This propels me into B, which is where I want to go. Remember the song is I need thee, oh, I need thee, right? So this adding extra tension, so starting with G flat 7, then add more and more. Right? It's one of my favorite chords. Uh, just add tension and it propels me to B. Now, now you'll notice that I actually did not go to B because right off the bat, now this is one of the really cool rules or cool ideas in music um, is is adding tension and release. You're going to hear me say this a lot: tension and release. So I'm adding tension and release everywhere I can at all times, and kind of surprising the ear. Okay, so let's see, what do I actually play? So we have I need thee. All right, so now what is that? Okay, so let's erase this so we can write some more on the board. I actually go to A flat minor. Let's see, what do I play? Yeah, so A flat minor 7 to a B major, and then to B in first inversion, so B over E flat. And I know I'm not giving the correct names. I'm doing this on purpose, just for ease. So, and this is like a B major 7 over E flat or D sharp. So it's like just a B major 7. And just a little side note: triangle means major. A dash. Oh, you can't read that. Let's write that again so you can read that. Triangle means major. Dash means minor. All right. Marcel, what's going on? Good to see you. Young Zero. Okay, nice. You're young, 17. So you're starting before me. I started when 16. I started when I was 17 playing in the gospel music. So you got a head start on me, man. So I think you're gonna be good. All right. So let's go back. I need thee. Woo. Oh. Mm. Now, um, I wasn't going to share it, but I'll share it. This is my little secret sauce on this. I just didn't play A flat minor, B, and then B major 7. I didn't go just A flat minor, then B major 7. Um, the key ingredient, the key secret sauce to make that work um, is to have a melody that sings. So my melody on that part is. You hear it? You hear it? So to have a melody that sings is key to make any chord progression work. Um, that's like the secret. That's the secret sauce. You can make anything work if you properly prepare the ear to receive. That's a principle. You can make anything work if you properly prepare the ear to receive it. And one way to properly prepare the ear is to have a melody that's sonorous, a sweet melody. So, so let's go back in. I need thee, oh, I need thee. Oh, so what I do? I think I did. All right. Now I think I did something weird here. I need the. Oh yeah, I did. I think I did. I did that. Okay, cool. So, all right. So far we've made it to the through the first two chords, right? So we made it through the G flat to the I need the O. Right, and we've actually played a lot of chords. We did, right? And then here, the singer Kelsey, she does a ba, ba, da, 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 da. She actually sings that. So I actually played along with her. I actually played along with her. All right. And she just did this melody. And so I just harmonized that melody in just triads. Sorry. Right? Just really simple. All right. And then I came to this chord. So let's see. Let's go back. Let's make sure. All right. Now, does anybody know what this voicing is right here? And I'll give you a hint. Think about where we're headed. Where are we headed? We're going to D flat. Okay. All right. So this is the A flat 7 voicing, like rootless, right? All right. So let me add the root so you can kind of see it. And I'll switch the screen so you can see it. Here's the root. It's just an A flat 13 with the flat 9 and sharp 11. This is one of my favorite voicings. I've already used it three times in the song already within the first 3 chords. Right? I just did it rootless. So we came out of this, right? So let's go back. I need thee. Now, this is supposed to take me to D flat because that's where we're headed next. But guess what? I don't actually go there. So I have this really, really tense A flat chord that I play, a dominant A flat 7 chord with this flat 9 and sharp 11 that I'm adding right here. This A flat 7, with the flat 9, sharp 11 that I've added right there. But I don't actually go to D flat next. Here's what I do. I just remove some of the tension and stay on A flat. Why? So it still feels somewhat resolved, but not all the way. So it feels like I still need to resolve it. So after I come, now here's where I resolve to. All right. Now what is this? This is just simply an A flat 7 chord in what is this, third inversion with the F sharp on the bottom. So A flat 7 is just simply, right? So I have the F sharp on the bottom. All right. So does that make sense? This is the whole idea of tension and release, and so one of the things as you progress as a musician, one of the things you start doing is messing with tension and release. Where like we should resolve here, but I'm going to play with you and not actually resolve it. I'm going to mess with your ear for a moment, and then go ahead and resolve it a second later. That's a trick that I've learned is is amazing and it's fun to do, and it breathes new life on something very simple. Like this is a very simple hymn, but it has you can add so much life to it. So let's go back. I need thee, I need thee. All right. Okay, so that's the first line of the song. It was a lot in there, but that was the first line. Okay, so now let's go to the next line. And if you have questions, definitely let me know in the section below. So here's the next part.
Every hour, Lord, I need thee.
All right. So let me just play that one more time. It went by pretty quick, so let's try it one more time.
Every hour, Lord, I need thee.
Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. All right. So now what happens? I have this A flat 7, and I know I'm supposed to be resolving to D flat. Well, I'm going to resolve here, but I'm going to resolve using an arpeggio. Oh, sorry. All right. Now I must give credit where credit is due. There's a guy named Justin Gilbert who is a phenomenal musician, one of the best musicians um, out. He's phenomenal. He's played for everybody. You name it, just look him up, Justin Gilbert. Um, when I moved to Atlanta, I called him and wanted to know kind of how do I do some things, and we sat down, and he taught me about our arpeggios and how to arpeggiate lines in a way that's different than how I've been doing it. And so I'm gonna share it with you. So let's say I want to arpeggiate A flat. I'm going to start on the third and go 3, 5, 1, 9. So and then do it again. All right, so um, try it again. All right, another way to and if say first you want to go minor, you just take the C and make it B. All right, so that's a little trick you see me do often. Okay, so back to the song. So we had this A flat 7, and I just arpeggiated the A flat here, but I resolved it to D flat, and this is where he wanted to be all along. Okay, so let's go back to our whiteboard. So now we're on the D flat. So I need thee, I need thee. So we go from D flat, and let me just erase this, and we go from D flat major, and I'm going to speak enharmonically again to F sharp. Okay. You know what? Let me do a little side note just to make sure everyone understands what I mean. All right. When I say I'm not speaking properly. Here's what I mean. In the scale, the F sharp major scale, I write out the notes of the F sharp major scale correctly. It's G sharp, F sharp, then G sharp, then A sharp, then B, then C sharp, then D sharp, then E sharp, then F sharp. This is the way the scale is actually. Every letter gets a after you use F, you have to move to G, and so forth. So you can't. Like for instance, in the gospel world, we like to call A sharp always B flat, gospel and jazz. But but this can't be B flat and this be B, because that's using two B's. So this has to be A sharp, right? So we're going from F sharp to B to C sharp. Now, if I wrote it as G flat, then the 2 would be A flat, the 3 would be B flat, but the 4 would be C flat, then D flat, E flat, F, and then G flat again. Okay, does that make sense? So I know I'm switching and saying D flat and G flat, and so for you guys that are theory heads, please understand I do know. I'm kind of speaking in the common vernacular for now, though. All right, so let's erase that. And we're going from D flat to F sharp. All right. So what is the first thing I do here? Jamal says, yeah, Justin here in Atlanta. Exactly. All right. So we go. Sorry, that wasn't good. Now what is that? So we have D flat in first inversion, and we have this diminished passing chord. And so the diminished chord is a great chord to use to pass from one chord to the same chord, right? So, and so you ask, well, Corey, what diminish should I play to get from one chord to the same chord? Well, go to the leading tone diminish. So if I'm playing a D flat, the leading tone to get me to D flat, or the 7th scale degree, would be C. So play that diminish and make it fully diminished. Or you don't have to make it fully diminished. You can make it just regular, just straight diminished. Or you can't make it fully diminished 7. That's what I meant to say. All right, you see how I can keep playing the same chord? It's like a way of playing the same chord without actually playing the same chord. So all you hear is D flat, but I add some variety to it, okay? So, all right, and then I believe I win. All right. So what I decided to do in this case is, instead of go to F sharp, I'm going to go to its brother, which is E flat minor. So, and I talk about this a lot, and I go through really in-depth teaching that I don't have time to do in this session, because we have so much to cover. We're not even a third way through. There's so much to cover. But E flat minor is, we'll say, a brother to F sharp major. And so these tones they're often, you can substitute one for the other. So I am going to substitute, instead of going to F sharp major back to 1, I'm going to go to E flat minor, the 6th. And how am I going to get there? Well, I actually took, let's see, a couple different approaches. So what pass will get me to E flat minor? Well, the 2-5-1, the minor 2-5-1. So F half diminished 7 to B flat 7 altered somewhat will take me to E. So, and this is going to be, I hope this is not too confusing, but I said, what will lead me into this F? And so C7. C7 will lead me into the F, but what I did was I tritone subbed it. F sharp 7. This is actually the tritone sub. So if you look at my hands, I do this, and I come back with the F sharp one later. All right, and then I go to my F sharp. F. To my B flat. Now, if you notice on the B flat, I changed tensions. So this is a B flat 7 with a flat 9 and sharp 11, right? And then I resolve them to a 9 and 5. So it's a way to add motion on my dominant chord without actually moving anywhere. Okay. All right, so let's go back. And then I did something interesting. Diminished chords, as I mentioned, are a great way to pass from one chord to the other. And especially with minor chords, you can stream multiple diminished chords together and go right to your minor chord. So watch this. I'm gonna walk down to this E flat, and I'm gonna do it all F sharp diminished, F diminished, and these are diminished 7 to E flat. So, but actually, I decided to do it again, and just kept walking down, and then came back up to. And you'll notice this a lot in gospel music. We'll play with the tensions. So we have E flat minor, and I have the 9 and 11th here that I resolve down to the root and third. All right, so let's go back. That was a lot of chords and a lot of stuff. And I want to make sure I don't lose anyone. So definitely ask me questions. But let's go back to the beginning. We have 2-5. All right. Hey, J Keys Music, Martel, how you doing? All right, so we, and then remember this. Then we have the arpeggiate up. We're going to use diminished pass on the D flat. Now right here, we're going to use a tritone sub to our F, to our B flat. And then we're going to do this diminished wall to take me to E flat minor. Okay, that was a lot. So definitely, do you have any questions on that? Any questions? All right. No questions? Okay. All right. So let's keep moving on. So, all right. So let me play the next part. All right. And let's play that one more time. Okay. All right. So Gabriel asks, "Hi, I just got here. Are those chords related to the melody?" At times, but because in this case I have a singer singing along, I have a little more freedom to play counter melodies. Now, if I was playing by myself, then I'd definitely make a concerted effort to spend more time on the melody. But in this case, I'm accompanying a singer, and so I have a little bit more freedom. And so I'm thinking I need chords to fill the space, but I do want to be melodic. And so I just want to play chords, but I want to have a melodic sense to them. And so you want to make chords that move in step. The melodic note moves in stepwise motion to be really melodic. All right. So the next part is, um, well, where are we going after this E flat minor? Well, the next stopping place we're trying to get to is B. Is B. B major. All right. So I'm going to do a series of 2-5-1s to take me to B. So I'm on E flat right now, E flat minor. And I'm going to do this kind of series, this back cycling of 2-5-1s. Let me erase this a little bit. And this is common in gospel music. I'm going to do E flat minor, the 2-5-1 here to A flat 7. And I should stop on D flat major, but I'm going to make that a minor as well. And then I have G flat 7, which will take me to B. Okay, so this series of 2, 5, 2, 5 to land on our B here. Okay. So now let's see how I play that. So now here it is again, the A flat, right? So you see the flat 9 sharp 11. That's one of my favorite chords. All right, on the A flat 7, and then I have my D flat minor. Now I should go to G flat, but I decided to do a tritone sub. So tritone sub means instead of going to this G flat, I'm going to go to the note that's a tritone away and play that as a dominant chord to C7. All right. So let me make note of that. So I did a tritone sub here. So instead of G flat, I went to C7 of some sort. And what C7 did I play? I played this chord. Yeah. And this is just, I just played every extension. So. So let me show you that in context. And you notice I hit the bass first, then the chord. Now there is a particular reason why I played this voicing with this E on top, because the singer at this moment, she goes, she just kind of goes out of key and plays that, sings that E. So I made sure my chord hit that. And let me just play that again and see if you can hear that. So listen again. All right, so did you catch that? Did you see it? All right, so let me pause right here. All right, are there any questions, y'all? We've covered a lot of material so far. Are there any questions? Are you seeing how we're able to take something that's very simple? Gina says, singer is so much louder. All right, well, I hope it's not like that on everybody's. Okay. All right, cool deal, Gina. All right, no questions. All right, so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So we're on this tritone sub, right? Now, uh, we're going to go into the deep end a little bit. So buckle your seatbelts. uh, all right, this whole idea, this is kind of weird, but it's a lot of fun. So the first thing, um, the way the singer set this up, she kind of made an announcement that, hey, I'm not going the regular just B. I'm going to a really in the gospel like a churchy mode, which should be. And I'm gonna cover it in a moment, so I'm not gonna get too much in depth, but just going churchy, and so by the notes she sang, I knew that she wanted a B7. All right. So oftentimes when people want to take it to church, they want you to give them the dominant seven. They don't want pretty. They want you to go ahead and give them the dominant seven, which is a different timbre, a different sound. Okay. All right. And so let's see. Let me show you how the song is known supposed to go. So so no. Let's see. I need thee, I need thee, every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me. Okay. All right. So I did this pentatonic run, but I didn't do the pentatonic one from G flat or F sharp. I did it from A or F sharp minor. Because the singer, she went from F sharp major to F sharp minor, a different mode. And I'm gonna talk more about this in a moment. So I'm trying to keep myself from talking about it because I can go down this path and not come out. But she goes to this minor mode, and so I kind of play that F sharp minor pentatonic starting on the E. Right? And for those who are struggling with kind of playing the runs, make sure you watch my fingering video. I have a video where I talk about fingering to help you get that speed together. All right, so here's what I did. Now, this is an interesting idea, and I've actually not heard anyone really talk about it in this context. I've heard it talked about, and it's taught as part of this idea of triad pairs. So let me. All right, Yamar tells us to have a move that moves chronically, and you're right. So, oh bless me now. This C is diminished my say. That's classic. Right. You're right. We're getting there, but we're still on the B. We haven't even moved up to the C yet. We're still on the B. There's this idea of triad pairs, and this idea is common in jazz. In regards to improvisation, but it's not as common in thinking about chords. So, hopefully, I didn't mess up the screen. I moved it a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. All right. So, and the idea is this. Any chord can be broken down into two triads. So any chord can be broken down into two triads. Let's see. Let's move it up a little bit. Okay, cool. All right. So this B7 that we're playing right here, this B7 to this, I'm breaking it up into two triads, a B major triad and an A major triad. Well, the notes of B major triad are B, you know, D sharp and F sharp, and the notes of A are A, C sharp, and E. And so I do, and so simply what I do is I just so I'm going back and forth between these two chords, B major and A major, to represent a B7. And that's a really weird idea. And I won't talk more about it now, but it's an idea that we cover in one of our classes. So definitely make sure you enroll. I think we covered, or we will cover that one in our chordal moves class. All right, so instead of going B7, or let me put it on this so you can actually see what I'm playing. All right. So instead of going B7, just a simple B7, we're going. I'm making a melody out of it. So. Right. Okay. So for any seventh chord, dominant chord, you can do this kind of triad pairs idea where you play the root triad, which would be B, and the flattest seventh, which would be A. And that kind of says the sound of B7 without actually playing. Right? All right, that's a weird idea. All right, so you don't play, Gina says, so you don't play one on bless. What chord are you using for bless me now? Let's see. Oh, oh, oh. Bless. I'm on B, right? But I'm not actually playing the B. I'm doing this line. All right. So let's go back. So, oh bless. My bless is not one chord, but it's two chords going back and forth. A, B, A, B. This triad pair idea that says I can substitute two chords for one chord, right? And normally we use this in improvisation where we're, you know, right? But now I'm using it in a chordal sense where I'm substituting A and B for a B7. Instead of being static, I like to move, right? Now, for this diminished chord that we were expecting, so oh bless, that's what we're expecting. Oh bless me. All right. What I do on the diminished is I do two diminished chords. With some delayed resolutions. All right, so this chord is our. It looks like very much so our A flat 7 flat 9, right? But I'm actually using it as a diminished chord. Now, there's a really weird rule, interesting rule about diminished chords, and I'll share that with you. All right, so I'm giving away a lot today. And I'm going really fast, so hopefully you can catch on. and I really want to encourage you all to sign up for our online school because I get a chance to go really, really slow and really go in real, real depth, answer every question, and make sure you understand it. Um, so, on any diminished chord, um, so let's say we're on C diminished 7. So, C diminished 7. So, those notes are C, E flat, F sharp, sorry, and A. You know, a lot of times we just stay on those notes, but we can extend the chord. We can add extensions. So this is adding extensions to diminished chords. And the extensions that you can add to diminished chords happen to be a whole step above where you are. So if I'm on C diminished 7, the extension notes would be the notes of a D diminished 7th chord. So I'm going to put one whole step. So a whole step above. So I can extend, and I'm adding these extensions. The same way we might do a C major chord and add these extensions. 7, right? Add these extra notes beyond C. We can do the same thing with diminished. And so I like to mess with that. So this chord, if you look at it, has the notes of F sharp diminished, but then I have the extension notes. And then I went from there to this one. And this is C diminished, right? But I have the D diminished notes there that I resolve up back to C diminished 7. Molly, yes, the lesson will be available immediately after being on live. So sure, you'll be able to watch it replay as immediately. I'm not taking it down. All right. So here we go. Me now. And also, the reason I voiced it with this melody, because the singer's going, oh bless me now. So I just messed with the singers. Okay, so that was the lot. Let's take a breath. That was a tremendous amount right there. That was a lot. All right, so let's go back. Oh bless. And I'll talk more about that in a moment. Me now. All right, do you see that? All right, so Mr. DeVos, thanks for the great kindness always. Your gift to us, and many. I thank you, Mr. DeVos. Appreciate that structure. I appreciate you. Love from North Carolina. All right, appreciate you too, man. All right, now, after that, we do this kind of move. All right, so let's hear that. So let me go to the video, and hopefully you can hear it clearly.
Oh, bless me now. Oh, my.
And actually, I think that was wrong. Let me go to the 5th cut. I kind of already taught that. So let's go to the next one.
Oh, my Savior, Lord, I've come.
All right, that was pretty interesting. Let's listen to that one more time.
Oh, my Savior, Lord, I've come.
Okay. All right, there was a lot there. How do you use the diminished scale over a dominant 5 chord? Okay. Simply do the Let's say we're in the key of F sharp now. So if we go to the 5, which is D flat. If you're going to start on the 5, start on the D flat, then do half whole, half whole. So, right. So. Right here. All right, cool. All right, so let's keep going. All right, we're almost to the finish line. Yes, Gina. Yes, exhale. Yes, this is a lot. All right, so now we go to this thing. All right, so let's talk about that. So normally we do this. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come. That'll be the end of the song. I'll do it again. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to thee. Okay. And so, we did, oh, but instead of B, we did me now, instead of diminish, we did my say, instead of going to this like F sharp over the 5, so in second version, we're doing this. So does anybody know what this is? It might be. If I add the roots, it'll make more sense. Let me add the roots. And let me put it on so you can actually see the chords come up. So here we go. So watch this. So just 5 to 1. So it's C sharp, 9 add 13 to R1. But I did it without the roots, so so it feels a little different. All right, let me stop for a second. Joshua says, what lessons best to improve the left hand and how do you master all keys? Josh, I would suggest to improve the left hand. I have 2 videos out. 12 left hand voicing options. That's what they're called. Check those out. 2 videos. Check out both of them because there's a ton of material there. And then how do you master all keys? Start in 1. Master idea in 1 key, master 1 idea in 1 key, and then move to another. All right. So we have this. So this is another one thing you can take. Now there have been a ton of one thing ideas you could take, but here's another one. So remember we went. Well, instead of going my say, you can go my say. So this is not playing it rootless. Say. Now, here we do something very interesting. Very, very interesting. I slide out of the mode, and I'm going to leave this mode of G flat. I'm going to slide into this. So I'm thinking now. I know I'm going to E flat minor. So if we played it normally, bless me now, my Savior. That's where we're trying to get to E flat minor. I'm just going to get there a different way. So oh bless me now, my Savior. Now here's my E flat, but I actually messed with your ear and went to E and made my chord look like this. So I added the 6th in there. So instead of being like an E flat minor with the 6th there, flat at 6, I went to E. And I just did this because these sounds are so close to each other. And I just wanted to mess with the ear, right? And then we know the next chord after that normally is, Molly, did you mean another key? I believe so, yeah. Get master the idea in one key and then move to the next. Yes, move to another key. That's right. So we know from "Oh bless me now, my Savior." That's the chord we're trying to get to. Well, let's see how we do it. Then "Oh bless me now, my Savior." Now here I'm playing close attention to the melody too. Now I'm going to do a series of diminished passes that lead me into this A flat half diminish, which is our chord we're trying to get to. And I just keep diminished pass. Now one thing I like to do is mess with the extensions again. Right? So I'll show you that. Oh bless. Now, let's see. Let's get to this ending. I'm trying not to keep you here all night, so I'm starting to move quickly. All right, so let's get to the ending. Let's see, is this the right video?
I've come to thee.
All right, so let's listen to that one more time. Make sure we have it. One more time. Listen to it.
I've come to thee.
Okay. Okay, so look, I have a question really quickly. To add tensions to the chords, you try all of them and then choose the ones that work best for you. Yeah, so there's, yeah, I try the tension and see how it feels to be, how it feels to me. And so that means you got to spend time with these and work these out and say, okay, I like this one for this situation. I don't like this one for this situation. You got to work through them. So yeah, you definitely have to try them, for sure. All right, so so after we finish this diminished pass, let me have this. Now normally we go right, something to that effect, 1/5 or 1 in second version. We're going to the 5 chord, but we preceded by its 5. So, and then 1. Well, again, as I said, I like to play with or mess with the expectations. So we're going to add tension here and not actually go to here. Go to this. We're going to go to a chord we talked about actually last week. Now, for those that were on last week, you'll remember this. With that inner movement, right? Right. And then go to the 5 with another inner movement. Do you remember that? So, ooh. And then, all right, so that's that. And then I did this chord because I heard the singer do this. She sang that kind of line. She didn't stay in the key of F sharp or G flat major. She went to another mode, right? So I'm not going to go in depth about the church modes and modal interchange, but I want to show you what I did. I realized that she went to another mode. She went to a scale that included these notes. So, right, mm, that scale is an interesting one. And so, well, what scale is that? That's just the A major scale, right? Just start on F sharp. So that becomes F sharp Phrygian. Now I can't go into explanation real deep on that now, because we're at an hour and 16 minutes, and I got to get to the end. And maybe I'll do another video on that. But we definitely talk about that in the bridge in our online school. So definitely go there and check it out. I know I sound like a broken record, but this type of teaching, I do it in much greater depth and really have a lot of time, right? All right. And so what do I do? What do I play? Well, then I start playing like I'm in F sharp Phrygian or A major. And so I go, so you see that? D, E, D, E, A. That's all it was. 3 chords. D, E, D, E, A again. Inverted. And then I go to one of my favorite chords. And somebody's saying, chord, what chord is this? Does anybody know what this chord is? Anybody? That's one of my favorite chords. What chord is this? I'll give you some time to figure it out, because we're at the end now. Are you welcome, Gina? Are you welcome, Gabriel? Marcel Close. Irvin says, I'll answer some questions while I'm waiting on see if anybody can get that chord. Hello, as a beginner, what should I work on first? So if you're doing a song like this, I would say work on just playing the melody, the root, and then simple chords, right? Molly says, how long is the tutorial during the fall? It's 12 weeks. And yes, that's the right price. It's 12 weeks. And we have, so it's 3 months of teaching. So that's a lot. Our competitors charge between 1,000 and 1,500. We're not even, we're a fifth of what our competitors charge. So there's and we offer more. So at that price for 12 weeks, it's amazing steal. Gina says G major 7 something. Sim Street says B sharp. No, I know on the screen it says G major 7 sharp 11, but it's not. It's actually F sharp Phrygian. I'm gonna write the name of this on the screen so you can see this. All right, there we go. Let's erase this. So I'm gonna write this F sharp Phrygian. This sound. I just have it in like seventh inversion with the G on the bottom. All right, and then I resolve to F sharp 7, and then. All right, so let's go back and just quickly kind of review a little bit. So we have I need thee, oh, I need thee I need thee, oh bless, me now, Savior, my God, to thee. All right. So that is. There are a ton of ideas you can take in there to reharmonizing the hymns you currently play and adding some spice and variety. There are a lot of things in there. Maybe my favorite is this kind of diminish, and instead of going to here, going. That might be one of my favorites. I don't know. I have a few in here that I enjoy doing. Um, so, any questions? Any questions? Send me your questions. Questions. Stepan Wilson said, "Which level playing is this?" I'd imagine this is pretty advanced. So this isn't your basic level. I could play basically, so let's try that. Um, all right. Molly asked, "Can we get this tutorial offline?" Now, Molly, I'm actually um, um, going to put together like a really. It's going to be 2 to 3, might be 4 hours of just explaining through all of this in a really in-depth fashion. Right now, today, I just went really fast and just kind of charged through everything. And even doing that, it took me an hour. It took me almost an hour and a half to do. But I'm really going to sit down and explain every kind of principle, every principle as in depth as I can. Um, and so that will be available. It, uh, it should be available by December because that's going to take a lot of editing and stuff to get presentable to you all. Let's see. Lasana Walker, what's up, Corey? I'm from Jamaica. Hello, Jamaica. Wagwan Yardi. That's my really bad patois. Uh, do you practice 2/5s in your modes? Um, no, I practice 2/5s, and then I can apply them in modes, but I don't particularly practice 2/5 ones in modes like that. Let's see. Mike Jordan says, "So you're mostly finding tension chords to resolve out of." Well, I'm doing tension and release exactly. So I'm where the song requires tension, I'm giving it tension, but then I'll add tension other places and release it. So I'm trying to find different ways to do that. Let's see. Gina says, "It's hard not to embellish. I teach beginners and children. It's difficult not to take liberties." Oh yeah, I teach all ages. every day. I taught for almost, let me see, today I taught 6 hours. And I taught all seniors above the age of 55. And so, and I have every level there. And that I definitely understand. With diminished chords, at what point can I use it as a substitution chord with respect to the chord progression? George says, at what point can you use the diminished chord as a substitution? You can use it immediately. Once you have it on your hands, start using it. So instead of, A flat minor, D flat 7 to 1, I could A flat minor, here's diminish to 1. You see? Okay, let's see. What else do we have? I ask, what's the best fingering tutorial? Here's the video. Molly, so click that link. Gina, oh my goodness, bless your heart. What do? I do is download your video and practice. You're an amazing teacher. Okay, cool deal. All right, any other questions? Oh, one thing I'm going to try to do, don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try to do is add timestamps. Because at an hour and a half, these videos get pretty long, and I'm sure you want to find specific spots of the song or ideas that you want to focus in on. And so, timestamps. Victor says, can you play the blues? I can. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? So let me just review. Definitely, y'all give this video thumbs up, likes. Jay Brown. Wait a minute. Is this Justin Brown? Is this Justin Brown? Let me know if that's Justin Brown. So, EMH Music says this course is 12 weeks long. Any idea what all briefly covers the website? Yes. So EMH Music. Here's the website link. skilledmusician.com/courses. All right. So go to that link and you can enroll in one of our courses. We offer 5 different courses plus individual private lessons. So definitely check that out. Y'all, Justin Brown is on. This is my little brother. Man, thanks for being on, Justin. I really appreciate that. I thought I was the only one that do the tongue click to keep time. Oh man, I'm bad about that. I also hum pretty bad. So when I'm leading a band and in the mic, sometimes it's not fun for the band because I'm humming. Could you play a quick diminished chord walk in 2 variations and show the application? Dr. Terrell Jones, we might have to save that one we're right at an hour and a half. So we might have to save that one. Let me see. Let's see if I'm going to, I don't know, D minor. I could do, right? I could keep going up. All right. There you go. Okay. All right. I hope that answers your question. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Listen again. Remember to like, share this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you want to donate or give, I told people that I would put that up there because several of you asked for it. So I have a PayPal link in the description box if you want to give there, or you can give in this super chat. Click the $ right below where you type something. But thank y'all so much for being on. I'm so appreciative that I have looks around 60 people on right now. Michael Jones says, "How do I find the live stream I did last week?" It's on the channel. So just go to my channel, Skilled Musician. Just go to Skilled Musician, and you'll see it. So search Skilled Musician on YouTube, or just click on my name in this video, and it'll take you to the channel, and you'll see the live stream. All right. Well, thank you all. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate y'all sticking on with me, and I will see you back again next week, where we will cover another topic. So, oh yeah, in the comment section below, y'all let me know if there are any particular topics you want me to cover in our next live stream. All right, because I'm planning out for the rest of the year, so I want to get the ideas you want to see. Okay, Noriko, you said you'll contact me for private lessons. Okay, cool though. All right, I look forward to hearing from you, Noriko. All right, Makoto, thank you so much from Japan. Thank you, Makoto Igarashi. I think I said that right. All right, well, until the next one, be blessed and happy practicing.